Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tales of Arise. Today we're going to be talking about how to take down the second Lord, Lord Ganabelt. But before we get into that, what the hell happened?
Sleep now.
Demon Fang!
More for
I'll
the
try
sword.
you and kill Can't get any closer!
If this keeps up, can't be happening.
Stay away from my friends, worm!
We go from fighting like cute little enemies with little swords and spears and little mutts and dogs and these things, and it's relatively chill. You can get by with Demon Fang. They drop Lord Ganabel, who's out here cloning himself, who has an unpenetrable window, so you just have to die, essentially. So even if you're trying to play super conservatively, you're still going to get smashed. So you're just like, what? Where did this come from, man? What did I miss? This is a lot. And sure as shit, you can't use Law, because he has no combos at this given time unless you grinded the basic enemies in the previous floor, which can only get you so far. Sorry, I'm talking a little fast. Let's gear down. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to report that there is a solution to this hellish problem. We're going to cover it in two ways. The way first that we're going to talk about it is a little bit more challenging, but it's how to do it with skill. And then the other way is how to do it relevantly easily, incredibly easily, actually. So if you want to see that one, just skip ahead. Probably we'll cover it towards the end. But anyways, if you want to take down Ganabel with pure skill, I believe this boss fight is trying to check you on using your consumables, specifically making sure you know how to use your consumables around your CP mark, because it's inevitable with all of these characters dive bombing, and also Ganabelt happens to have a lot of attack combinations that kind of teleport you right on top of him, right on top of the person he's going for. But there are a couple rules of thumb that I think are very, very helpful and very, very valuable in order to tear him down. First things first is always position yourself behind Ganabelt's back. One of the things that's the only tell in this game in terms of the AI is them looking at you. And you'll notice this when we talk about the easiest way to kind of beat him. If you're fighting Ganabelt and he's focused on Law, but you're doing a shit ton of damage casting your blue cubes, then he's going to look at you, and that means he's about to initiate an attack, do a long range attack given where you are, all that kind of stuff. Okay, quick answer, just position yourself behind his back. You'll be a-okay. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if at any point in this video you find this helpful, I'd appreciate any and all support on the video, of course. Anyways, the other tip that I would have just generally for the game is be careful about spamming your boost strikes. Now, yes, they do special things like stop conjurations from happening, but at a base level, almost all of them have a built-in stun. So don't just back-to-back use everyone's burst ultimate at once. Try to time them out so that you can capitalize on the stunning effect of these characters. Not only that, but every single time you use a boost attack, you get more of your special attacks, your blue little cubes. So if you use them in the proper tandem and you're not too eager, you'll be able to do pretty well. And the third thing I have about Ganabelt and how to tear him down is save your CP to the halfway point of the thing. So if you end up getting to his boss fight and you work him down to about half health, but you have like very, very little CP because you just managed to get tagged a couple more times, reset the encounter. It's a little pain in the ass to do that. You gotta actually back out, load back in. It's a little bit of a nightmare. But essentially, you are going to need CP for the second part of this fight, which we'll cover in a little bit. But also, like I mentioned, one of the things that you're gonna have to get in the habit of using in this fight, and I think this is what it's trying to get you to do, is to lean on your consumables. You have various things that can increase your CP, that give you more CP in the middle of battle. You have more things, if you've been exploring, by the way, you should have all of these. You also have just direct heal items. You also have the ability to bring back one of your companions from death. And you have tons and tons of money in this game, and they're trying to condition you to using it. In fact, I'm pretty sure some of us have already collected up a little spark and found out that we're maxed out on a certain resource. This is trying to tell you to use said resource, especially in encounters that are, like this, just a sea of damage. And let's talk about his second phase, which is the most ravenous that he has. So, Ganabelt will go into an immune kill state, where you cannot deal any damage to him, and he starts casting and chanting this light art. Regardless, you just have to take down each one of his things. things, his like copies. But the thing is that they're so damn dense that it's kind of a false thing. You're gonna get hit eventually, but you're gonna want to try to tear down at least one or two of those as soon as possible, because when he's done casting, these people will stay in the world and wreck your life. So try to knock him dead as soon as you possibly can, because if you come out of the kill, like him knocking you down and finish casting his spell, and everyone's being revived, if all 4 of them are on the field, they are just gonna dive bomb all of your characters and kill you. Whereas if you've knocked down 1 or 2, you're gonna have a lot more survivability on that end of the second fight. Also, something to squeeze in here just to help you with this overall fight, there's a special kind of trinket slash necklace slash artifact that is going to give you light resistance, and that is going to, of course, help you in this fight, but it is not going to be the thing that saves you. But alas, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you can outskill Ganabelt. But if you don't want to put up with all that bullshit, then well, I have a quick solution to you it's way better, and that's how I actually beat him, because I just was like, it's too much. I want to actually invest and level up my character and feel like I can string together combos, because I just don't feel like I can do that yet. Essentially, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you are going to want to do exactly, okay? When you pause the game, you can see in the bottom left corner that it says auto, semi-auto, or fully manual, essentially. You're going to want to go to auto. Let everything play by itself. What this does is it allows your players to basically map out the best possible route to do in this situation at hand. But there is limitations. By the way, you can still basically control them. So if you wanted to stop what they were doing and pull them to the right or to dodge, you can do that. So you are going to put them on auto, and then you are going to change to your long-range gunner girl, the one that can heal you, and you are basically going to let her do everything that she needs to do, and you're going to play defense. What this looks like is you're basically going to be playing her, and Ganabelt will target whoever's doing the most damage to him playing like crazy, which is typically going to be you, and he's going to target her, and he's going to try to dive bomb her. And at this point, the AI won't know that Ganabelt's targeting them, because he's far enough away to where it doesn't make sense to them. So then you are going to start backpedaling. You're going to start dodging. As soon as you see Ganabelt look at the gunner girl, you're going to start dodging to the right and left, because he's going to be trying to get on top of you. And as long as you keep dodging, your allies will eventually gain aggro again. Your wizard will throw an attack at them and deal damage. I will also suggest letting the healer lady just heal on auto, because she'll prioritize who needs the most healing at the given time. You won't have to manage that. It'll make this process go a little bit faster. You are going to have to crack open some CPs, because you're just trusting your allies to fight, and sometimes the AI is like on a next level god tier fucking crazy like attacking, and then other times they're derping out really hard, like you guys can see in the case when I won. It was a nightmare. Like they were just not attacking, and it was the worst. Anyways, but this is the best way to do it, which is hilarious. It's kind of like utilizing your AI overlord gods, but also helping them on the moments that they don't understand what to do and how to do the things, right? Anyways, so that would be my suggestion on how to tear this person down, is essentially put everything on auto, but take care of your healer, and then get ready to burn some CP vials so that you can heal yourself. It's just in the items menu. You guys can see what I'm doing right now. But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this helped. If it did, as I said before, I'd appreciate any and all support. As much as this was a funny meme edit thing for me to do this morning, this person was actually pretty, like right here. This is the best. Sorry, I just thought this is the worst. This is where the AI makes you want to rip your hair out. So you may actually want to switch off her in this instance. And player, I just didn't want to. I wanted to see if we could drink the Kool-Aid and actually get it to the end. But in this instance, you probably should switch to Law and just play him, because he's derping out more than I've ever seen. You're just literally looking at him. Anyways, brutal. But ladies and gentlemen, yes, this was Tales of Arise, how to beat the second Lord. I can only imagine. Well, the problem with this person isn't necessarily that he's strong, it's that we don't have the ability to, like, at least me, I never found I had the ability to fully develop my character's combos and feel good about it and know what I was really doing. So I'm hoping that the third Lord has like a bunch of side quests, a bunch of grinding that we can do, actually actualize our character and make him look fantastic and make him have good combos, and to break those combos down to understand them. But it seemed like when I was fighting him, I just couldn't even activate the combos that I did have. You couldn't juggle him in the air, and I love doing that, so that's why I invested in, and a little bit of a mess. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully this helped. Also, we are going to cover more and more Tales of Arise on the channel, probably cover and break down the other lords too, just to have a little fun time with them, as well as this game is absolutely fantastic, and thank you guys so much for suggesting we check it out. It is absolutely worth it. I'm loving it to bits. Thank you again for your time. Hopefully that helped, and goodbye, my friends.